And Jeb Bush are supposed to be the favorites to face off next year in the race for the White House, but both are facing slipping support numbers from likely voters. The polls take particular importance for Republican candidates facing their first debate next Thursday. NBC's Steve Handelsman has this story from Washington.
Hillary Clinton went to Miami to maximize the impact of her call to resume trade with Cuba and allow travel there.
The Cuba embargo needs to go once and for all.
Despite opposition in this biggest of swing states, most U.S. voters support the Clinton position on Cuba, but fewer support her. The new Quinnipiac poll found Clinton slipping to just a tie against Republican Scott Walker and Jeb Bush in head-to-head matchups. And Clinton's negative numbers are her worst ever. 57% said Clinton is not caring or trustworthy. Only Donald Trump did worse at 58%. Jeb Bush in Fort Lauderdale said faith in our institutions needs repair.
It's up to all of us to work diligently to rebuild that trust. That happens one person at a time, one politician at a time.
Donald Trump is still in Scotland, still boasting about his big lead in GOP polls. 20% today in Quinnipiac, double Jeb Bush's number.
I think we're going to get the Republican nomination.
Clinton may hope so. Trump is the only major GOP candidate she does beat today, 48-36 in a polling matchup. I'm Steve Handelsman, NBC News, Washington.
Well, joining us now is NBC political director and moderator of Meet the Press, Chuck Todd. And Chuck, with so many candidates on the dais this coming Thursday, there has to be a lot of pressure to stand out from the crowd, right?
I think there will be for some. I actually think a few candidates won't mind not standing out from the crowd. It is the first debate. You know, I'm thinking a guy like Jeb Bush, it seems as if he is in that role of he doesn't want to get caught up in any separate sideshow fights with Donald Trump, that it may not help him, but he may not be able to avoid it. I think when you look at some of these other candidates, maybe it's Rand Paul, maybe it's Ben Carson, maybe it's Ted Cruz, who feel as if the momentum that they thought they were getting in May and June has been sort of sucked away by Trump. They may feel that pressure. And Huckabee obviously has shown that he is using nuance or measured words isn't going to be something that's in his repertoire.
Right. A lot of pressure on everybody, obviously. Two Texans, of course, you mentioned Cruz, and Governor Perry will be there. What might their strategies be going into this thing?
Well, I don't think Rick Perry's a guarantee. You know, there's three candidates, and you look at this polling mechanism, there's three candidates vying for two spots that are really tightly bunched up. The Ohio Governor Kasich, John Kasich, Rick Perry, and Chris Christie all are very close, so one of them could get left out of there. I think Cruz, it'll be interesting to watch Cruz. If anybody on that stage will serve as Donald Trump's wingman, it could be Ted Cruz. He has been the one guy not to criticize him. He's been the one guy praising Trump for bringing up different things. And I think he could play a fascinating sort of, like I said, wingman in helping out if there's extra bashing of Trump going on. Because I think Cruz realized he would like to inherit Trump's voters if for some reason Donald Trump weren't in this for the long haul.
What do you have coming up Sunday morning on Meet the Press?
Well, we're going to have brand new numbers, our latest NBC News Wall Street Journal poll. So we'll have our what our top 10 is, and it's going to be factored into the polls that Fox uses. I'll be talking to the chairman of the party, Reince Priebus, and ask him if this was really what he thought would happen when he was going to tame the debate process. This doesn't feel very tame. I'll have the chairman of the Democratic Party and one of the candidates, Ben Carson, who is somebody that polls a lot higher, even as he flies under the media radar.
We'll see you on Sunday morning. Chuck Todd in Washington, thanks.
Sounds good.